Hello everyone, this is Pratima and welcome back to Planet Physiology. Today we shall discuss MCQs on reproductive system. Let's begin with an easy question from MGR University. Mullerian inhibiting substance is secreted by A. Granulosa cells, B. Sertoli cells, C. Leydig cells and D. Theca interna cells. The correct answer is option B. Sertoli cells. In fetus, Sertoli cells secrete Mullerian inhibiting substance which then causes regression of Mullerian duct. Following are the actions of testosterone in male fetus except A. Wolffian duct stimulation, B. Development of male external genitalia, C. Masculinizing effect on brain and D. Mullerian duct regression. Yes, the answer is Mullerian duct regression, that is option D. Mullerian duct is associated with development of female accessory sex organs. In male fetus, this duct regresses due to Mullerian inhibiting substance secreted by Sertoli cells and not due to testosterone. Next question. Which of the following is not true about Turner's syndrome? A. Primary amenorrhea, B. Tall stature with webbed neck, C. Female phenotype and D. Genotype is XO. And the correct answer over here is option B. Tall stature with webbed neck. Webbed neck is definitely the feature of Turner syndrome, but the person has short stature. Since the option B says tall stature, it is not the feature of Turner syndrome and hence the answer. Another common sex chromosomal abnormality is Klinefelter syndrome. Here is a table differentiating it from Turner syndrome. You can pause the video and go through it. Next question from the same topic. Congenital deficiency of 17-alpha hydroxylase causes A. Male pseudohermaphroditism, B. Female pseudohermaphroditism, C. Male hermaphroditism and D. Female hermaphroditism. The answer is option A. Male pseudohermaphroditism. The enzyme 17-alpha hydroxylase converts androgens such as testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, which is essential for development of male reproductive organs including prostate and penis. Hence, its deficiency results into male pseudohermaphroditism. Deficiency of 5-alpha reductase also causes male pseudohermaphroditism by inhibiting formation of dihydroepitestosterone and induces androgen resistance. Next question. An 8-week pregnant female has conceived with female fetus. If she consumes androgen, the fetus will be A. Female pseudohermaphrodite, B. True hermaphrodite, C. Male and D. Unaffected. And here the correct answer is option A. Female pseudohermaphrodite. In genetic female reproductive organs develop between 8 to 13 weeks of the pregnancy. But due to exposure to androgens during this period, fetus develops male reproductive organs and hence this fetus will be female pseudohermaphrodite. To learn more about this topic, watch my video on sex determination and differentiation. Link is provided in the description box below. Next question. All are secreted by Sertoli cells except A. Androgen binding protein, B. Inhibin, C. Mullerian inhibiting substance and D. Testosterone. Yes, the correct answer is option D. Testosterone, because testosterone is secreted by the Leydig cells and not by the Sertoli cells. Apart from androgen binding proteins, inhibin and Mullerian inhibiting substance, Sertoli cells also secrete follistatin, activin and estrogens. Next question. Sertoli cells are stimulated by A. Testosterone, B. Luteinizing hormone, C. Follicle stimulating hormone and D. Estrogen. The correct answer is option C. Follicle stimulating hormone. FSH stimulates Sertoli cells to produce androgen binding proteins and other substances which help in sperm development. Next question. Full development and function of seminiferous tubules require A. Somatostatin, B. Oxytocin, C. FSH, and D. Androgens and FSH. And the correct answer over here is option D. Androgens as well as FSH. Androgens such as testosterone play a crucial role in development and maintenance of seminiferous tubules, while follicle stimulating hormone, that is FSH, is essential for spermatogenesis within the seminiferous tubules. So both are essential. Now this is the MGR University question from anatomy paper but can be asked in physiology as well. Which part of the structure in mature spermatozoa is formed by mitochondria of spermatids? A. Acrosomic cap, B. Spiral sheath around middle piece, C. Axial filament, and D. Nucleus. Yes, a simple question, and the correct answer is option B. Spiral sheath around the middle piece. Mitochondria aggregate in the middle piece and generate ATP, which is necessary for forward movement of the sperm. Acrosomal cap is formed by Golgi apparatus, while microtubules form the axial filament and the flagellum. Another very simple question related to male reproductive system. Blood testis barrier is formed by A. Leydig cells, B. Sertoli cells, C. Epididymis, and D. Vas deferens. Yes, the correct answer is Sertoli cells. Blood testis barrier is formed by tight junctions between the Sertoli cells as indicated by the red color in this picture. Next question. Secretions from the prostate gland are rich in A. Fructose, B. Fibrinolysins, C. Hyaluronidase, and D. prostaglandins. The answer is option B. Fibrinolysins. These enzymes help to liquefy the semen following the ejaculation and thus facilitate movement of sperm. Next question. Secretion of seminal vesicle contains all of the following except A. Fructose, B. Citric acid, C. Prothrombin, and D. Fibrinogen. So here the answer is option C. Prothrombin. Prothrombin is not present in the seminal secretion. Next question. Sperms become motile in A. Prostate, B. Epididymis, C. Vas deferens, and D. Seminal vesicle. Yes, the answer is B. Epididymis. However, at this point it is essential to note that even though sperms gain motility in epididymis, their motility is suppressed by several inhibitory proteins in the epididymal fluids as well as in vas deferens until after ejaculation. Okay, now let's study the questions related to female reproductive system. In female, first event during puberty is A. Thelarchy, B. Pubarchy, C. Menarche, and D. Adenarche. And the correct answer is option A. Thelarchy, that is development of breast. It is then followed by pubarchy, the development of axillary and pubic hairs, which is under the influence of adenarche, and then the final stage is menarche. Next question. In an ovum, first meiotic division completes A. in uterus, B. at birth, C. at ovulation, and D. at fertilization. Yes, very simple question. The correct answer is option C. at ovulation. The second meiotic division is completed at the time of fertilization with release of second polar body. Next question. Ovulation in women with normal health occurs A. just before LH surge, B. 14 days prior to start of menstrual bleeding, C. just before corpus luteum maturation, and D. during progesterone rise. Here the correct answer is option B. 14 days prior to the start of menstrual bleeding. To be specific, prior to start of next menstrual bleeding. And this knowledge is helpful in family planning. Next question. Which of the following is ovulating hormone? Yes, very simple question. Options are A. FSH, B. LH, C. Estrogen and D. Progesterone. And the correct answer is B. LH. LH surge causes ovulation. Another question related to ovulation. Following are the indicators of ovulation except A. Rise in basal body temperature, B. Fern pattern of the cervical mucus, C. Secretory endometrium and D. Leukocytic infiltration of vaginal epithelia. And the correct answer is option B. Fern pattern of cervical mucus. Remember that after ovulation, fern pattern of the cervical mucus is lost because under influence of progesterone, cervical mucus becomes thick. Identify the wrong pair. A. Estrogen, control of proliferative phase. B. Progesterone, control of secretory phase. C. LH surge and ovulation. And D. Rise in estrogen and progesterone, menstruation. And here the wrong pair is option D. Rise in estrogen, progesterone and menstruation. It is the lack of estrogen and progesterone that causes menstruation. Next question from MGR. Inhibin inhibits A. FSH, B. TSH, C. ACTH and D. TRH. Yes, the answer is A. FSH. Inhibin is the hormone secreted by Sertoli cells in testes and granulosa cells in ovaries. There are two types of inhibins, inhibin A and inhibin B. Inhibin B is mainly concerned with feedback inhibition of FSH. The same question was repeated in January 24, but the options are different and you know the answer, it is FSH. Here is another simple question. Fertilization of ovum by sperm usually occurs in the option A. Ampulla of uterine tube, B. Fimbria of uterine tube, C. Inside the uterine cavity and D. Fundus of the uterine cavity. And the correct answer is A. Ampulla of uterine tube. Fertilization normally occurs in the ampulla of the fallopian tube. Next question. Which of the following is not true about progesterone? A. Produce duct growth in the breast. B. Stimulates development of lobules and alveoli in the breast. C. Is thermogenic. And D. Has an anti-estrogenic effect on myometrial cells. And answer is option A. Produce duct growth in the breast. Ductal growth of the breast occurs under the influence of estrogen, while lobules and alveoli develop under the influence of progesterone. Progesterone is thermogenic in action and hence there is rise in basal body temperature immediately after ovulation. Estrogen increases excitability of the myometrium while progesterone decreases myometrial excitability. Throughout the pregnancy, progesterone levels are higher than that of estrogen and it suppresses myometrial excitability. But at term, estrogen levels increase above the progesterone and makes the myometrium more excitable and helps in initiation of parturition. Next question. The menstrual fluid is normally non-clotting because of presence of A. heparin, B. prostaglandin E, C. prostaglandin F and D. fibrinolysin. Yes, menstrual fluid does not clot due to presence of fibrinolysin. Usually blood clots within the uterus, but fibrinolysins digest them. As the clotting factors are already consumed up, menstrual blood does not clot. Coming to the next question. Double bore effect occurs in A. lungs, B. tissues, C. placenta and D. brain. Apparently you may think it is from respiratory system, but read it carefully. Question says double bore effect and it occurs at the level of placenta. So answer is C. placenta. Bore effect is the effect of partial pressure of carbon dioxide on oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve or hemoglobin affinity for oxygen. Fetal blood entering the placenta has large amount of carbon dioxide, but much of this carbon dioxide diffuses into the maternal blood. Loss of carbon dioxide makes fetal blood more alkaline and shifts the oxyhemoglobin dissociation curve to the left. This increases affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen. At the same time, carbon dioxide which has entered the maternal blood decreases affinity of mother's hemoglobin for oxygen. Thus, at the level of placenta, due to double Bohr effect, maternal blood releases more oxygen and fetal blood picks it up in higher quantity. Another question from the topic of pregnancy. All of the following are true regarding human chorionic gonadotropin except A. Production of testosterone in male fetuses. B. Has luteinizing and luteotropic effect. C. Can be detected in urine 6 days after conception. And D. Produced by trophoblast cells. Here, the option A, production of testosterone in male fetus, is false regarding human chorionic gonadotropin. SCG is produced by trophoblast cells after implantation and it can be detected in urine as early as 6 days after conception, making it as a valuable marker in pregnancy testing. SCG has luteinizing and luteotropic effect which support corpus luteum and help maintain early pregnancy. Next question. Sheehan syndrome is postpartum necrosis of A. Pancreas, B. Pineal gland, C. Pituitary gland and D. Adrenal gland. And the answer is pituitary gland. In case of severe postpartum hemorrhage, pituitary blood flow is compromised and may cause pituitary necrosis leading to pituitary insufficiency, and this condition is called as Sheehan syndrome. Next question. Which of the following inhibits synthesis of prolactin by lactotrophs? A. Somatostatin, B. Estrogen, C. Dopamine and D. Oxytocin. Okay, you might be wondering that prolactin synthesis is inhibited by prolactin inhibitory hormone PIH. But earlier this was termed and later it was found that this substance is nothing but dopamine secreted by arcuate nucleus of hypothalamus, and hence the correct option over here is C. Dopamine. Next question. Osteoporosis of bones in postmenopausal women is due to deficiency of A. Progesterone, B. Estrogen, C. Follicle stimulating hormone and D. Luteinizing hormone. And the correct answer over here is estrogen. Postmenopausal females have deficiency of estrogen as well as progesterone. But deficiency of estrogen increases osteoclastic activity, decreases bone matrix and also decreases bone mineralization leading to osteoporosis. Another question on contraceptive methods. Failure rate is maximum in which of the following contraceptive method? A. Barrier contraceptives, B. IUD, C. Oral contraceptives and D. Surgical procedures. And the correct option over here is option A. Barrier contraceptives. They have maximum failure rate. Failure rate is minimum for surgical procedures like tubal ligation and vasectomy. Next question. IUD acts by following mechanism except A. Interferes with endometrial preparation, B. Makes cervical mucus thick, C. Acts as a foreign body in uterus and D. Prevents ovulation. The correct answer is option D. Prevents ovulation. Intrauterine devices like copper T do not prevent ovulation but prevent implantation of the zygote. They act as foreign body in the uterus and bring about cellular and biochemical changes in the uterus which prevent implantation and also impair sperm viability. Copper prevents sperm capacitation and also changes the composition of cervical mucus. Hormone releasing devices make the cervical mucus thick and prevent sperm entry into the uterus. So IUD act by all these mechanisms except by preventing ovulation. Coming to the last question, oral contraceptive pills act by all the following ways except A. Inhibiting ovulation, B. Alteration of cervical mucus, C. Prevention of implantation, and D. Spermicidal action. And here also the correct option is option D, spermicidal action. Basically, oral contraceptive pills prevent ovulation, but progesterone only pills also alter the cervical mucus and estrogen-induced proliferation of endometrium. This also prevents implantation, but oral contraceptive pills do not possess spermicidal action, and hence the correct answer is option D. That's all for this session. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Are you new to my channel? Then please subscribe it and press the bell icon to stay updated about the new releases. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you for joining in and see you in the next video.